Hello students, today we'll talk about another important topic, that is neuromuscular junction. So what is neuromuscular junction? As the name itself indicates, neuro and muscle junction means it is the intimate contact of the nerve fiber with the muscle fiber. So in the diagram, you can see that this is that axon part of a neuron. So actually what happens, the axon part of neuron, it will lose its myelin sheath and it will divide into number of branches. Okay. At the end of the branches, they are that part is known as the, which is the terminal part. Actually, they form a knob like structure, which is also known as terminal button or synaptic knob. So the structure which are involved in neuromuscular junction, the first structure is synaptic knob. What is synaptic knob? It is the the axon part, the terminal part, which has button like structure, which is knob like structure. That structure is known as synaptic knob. Now this axon terminal or the synaptic knob. Okay, so this the important it has an important structure which is known as vesicles. Now there are approximately 3 lakhs of vesicles which contains a transmitter which is acetylcholine. Okay. Now, this at the terminal button or at the synaptic knob, it contains huge amount of mitochondria. So mitochondria, that is the source of synthesis for production of ATP, and which is required for the synthesis of acetylcholine. Okay. Now the next structure, which makes a neuromuscular junction, which is a part of which completes this structure, is presynaptic membrane. So this is the presynaptic membrane, means the terminal button lining. It makes the presynaptic membrane, means the axonal membrane makes the presynaptic membrane. So by far we have talked about synaptic knob or the terminal buttons. Okay. Now the next structure which makes makes a neuromuscular junction is the postsynaptic membrane. The postsynaptic membrane is nothing but the muscle fiber itself makes, that is called postsynaptic membrane. Now this postsynaptic membrane, where the terminal button will fit, it is that portion is thick and depressed, and we give a name, that is motor end plate, also known as synaptic trough. Okay, so postsynaptic membrane is the actually the muscle fiber, and where this terminal button will fit, that area is thickened and depressed, which is known as synaptic trough, and the other name of synaptic trough is motor end plate. One more thing, now this postsynaptic membrane is thrown into folds, which is also known as palisades. Now the importance of this palisade, that it's going to increase the surface area. Okay. Now, at the junctional folds, there are receptor. As we have already said, that terminal button consists of approximately 3 lakhs of vesicle, which contains the neurotransmitter acetylcholine. Now, this transmitter, when it releases, it has to get bind to its receptor. And the receptors are present where? The receptors are present at the junctional fold, which are acetylcholine receptor. Okay. Now, one more structure in neuromuscular junction we need to mention is this area, this gap. Okay. Now this area is very important because this gap has the enzyme cholinesterase, which will destroy the enzyme, which will destroy the neurotransmitter acetylcholine. Okay, so this gap is approximately 50 to 100 nanometer wide. So far we have talked about structure of neuromuscular junction. What is neuromuscular junction? A contact between the nerve and the muscle fiber, and the structure which forms neuromuscular junction, the presynaptic membrane. In a sequence. First is the synaptic knob, presynaptic membrane, postsynaptic membrane, and in between this space, synaptic space. Okay. So this was all about the structure of neuromuscular junction.